Good day, everybody. Still here. Daily Market Pulse, Tuesday, August 12th. So stocks end up a seesaw battle. On the downside, volume was mixed. I think it was actually higher on the Nasdaq, but lower on the S&P or whatever. It's one way or the other, but nonetheless, it was mixed. And we end up with let's see if we can get the Dow here to show up. There it is. So a little bit of a doji formation. So it's just flat, just barely, but holding the window, holding the 8 moving average. So it's all good on the bullish side for now. It's almost overbought, however. So a little bit of room to the upside still if they're going to allow it. Otherwise, you come back to retest the lower levels. There's the red candle right back to the window, right back to the 8 moving average as well. And that's about it, really. It's just holding those levels for the time being. Nothing much more than that. And everything still seems the same. So there's the stuck between the moving averages, the 20 and the 50 on the Nasdaq here, with the rising 8 right below the window as well. So there's support right across this level. You can see the red line that I've got. In fact, I'll make that a little thicker again. So there's your support area across highs and lows. And you've got a window that coincides, and a 50 and an 8 moving average that coincides as well. So a lot of support here. Doesn't mean it can't come back and retest 43.30 or 43.35. But for the time being, at least, that's where they're standing. They're just profit taking between moving averages, kind of on the neutral side, sitting right above a obvious support level. So let's look at the TSX. TSX went a little bit higher in this case. When I said lower, that was primarily the U.S. indexes. So this one's up, is the only one up. It has been acting fairly differently for the most part than everything else. So come off the 50, coming back up, looking to go back toward 15.5 as a starting point. With the markets typically flat to down, U.S. dollar usually increases, but there's kind of a flat side as well. So it's holding the 8, it's holding an old polarity area at 109. If the U.S. dollar is down, euro usually is up. This, of course, the U.S. dollar was slightly higher, green, so this is slightly lower after retesting 133 and a quarter on the support level, and then bouncing. They're looking for support, possibly a move higher. The Treasuries actually faded as well. They are into 139, 140, looking like a possible shooting star, even though there was another one a few days prior to that, and then coming back down. Now it looks like a falling off the roof here, maybe in fact in the making, but it's still holding the 8 moving average for now. There's a lower trend line that is involved here as well, so we'll see if there's room to 138 or not. The Japanese yen is holding steady right beneath moving averages as well. They're all 20, 50, 200, all clustered together right at about 98 or slightly higher, and holding the 8 moving average here as well as the midway point of this large green candle at 97.75. So that's the current support. Below that, you've got room all the way down to 97 and a quarter, but I think they're going to hold, and we're looking for higher levels into 99 on the upside on the yen. Gold essentially sideways, still retesting 1320, still looking for the long side with an 8 moving average having now crossed over a flattening 20-day moving average. The 50 is rising directly below, so we're looking for higher levels there. This is looking weaker on silver. It's below the moving averages, but now you've got support that's evident across 20 to 1975 with room to break out above 20 and a quarter to 2050, with then, of course, targets into 21 and 2150 on the upside. Crude is next. Crude was looking reasonable with the bullish engulfing the other yesterday, and then but holding above or below the 8 moving average, which was still declining, as well as 98. Still sideways, multiple days consecutive here. That's at least 6, 7, in fact, almost 8 days consecutive sideways, hovering back and forth, plus minus at 98. Still looking for an upside move here. The possibility still drops into 96, but we're still looking for an upside move above 99 to go back toward 103, 103 and a quarter, 103.50. Let's move on to the small caps, which is risk on. Since we saw everything else pretty much on the flat side, slightly lower, we're going to see the same thing here. Stuck between the 20 and the 8, and the window that was established yesterday as well. Not overbought yet, so we're still looking for a move back into 114.50 on the small caps. And then we have the VIX, which did fade a little bit today, but not much. Barely lower in terms of price. Those essentially similar lows, but slightly lower in price, holding the 20 and holding the 200-day moving average, as well as the window that was established here yesterday as well, just like we saw a window on the markets going to the upside on a rising window. This is a falling window. You got another falling window that happened yesterday here as well.